Hi guys, welcome to my couch. Today I was speaking about struggling to align your passion with practicality. And truth is, often most of us, do jobs or in careers that are not really things that we are passionate about. And the big question all the time is, how do I just get to align? There's a struggle between trying to align what it is that you're passionate about and then what really pays the bills. Because sometimes following your passion does not pay the bills. So how do you really align that? How do you marry those two things in such a way that some people are actually lucky that they get to do what they love, their passion pays the bills, their passion is what they do, their passion is their career. But then a whole lot of other people are not as lucky. And it's not a walk in the park, just getting to love what are not passionate about, or just getting to love what pays the bills. Love is not something that grows overnight. The money can be great, the environment could be great, but then there's just something about what it is that you love and you're passionate about. And this struggle is real. How do we align it? I think first thing I'd say is research the job market. Find where does your interest meet demand. And also because I'll use Nigeria, as an example. Nigerian institutions, sometimes you could even apply to want to study one course, but then the course that will now give you they'll admit you to study is a different course entirely. And just because you don't want to stay at home for an extra year or something of that nature, then you end up doing the course that you originally didn't set out to want to do. And there are so many people who have studied courses, who have majored in things that they really have no interest in. So do a research, a market research of some sort. This thing that I love, this thing that I like, this thing that is my interest, is there a demand for it? And why I say this is also because some of us have interests that there's no money there. It cannot be a career. Let's just call it for what it is. You are interested in something that cannot be a career. Or some of us, our interest is not something that has a career path per se. Our interest is a hobby. It can only be like maybe a side gig or something for relaxation or something to chill with. But it's really not something we can do the career path on. That's why I say first things is, just do a market research. This thing that interests me, is there a demand for it? I know if there's a demand for it, research about it. Is there something you are lacking? Is there something you need? How can you break into that market? How can you see to demand too as well? And then venture into it. Another thing I'd say in terms of, aligning your passion with practicality is, usually there's a gap between our passion, and then practicality. And what is missing there is skill. So I'd say that sometimes our passion requires practical skill. You can be passionate about something, but you don't know how to do it. You can be passionate about something, but you don't have any certification on it. You don't have any hands-on experience on it. So what can help you align your passion with practicality is getting the practical skills. It could be through courses, it could be through experience, something that can help you translate your passion into practicality. Something that can help you translate your passion into naira and kobo, into dollar and pounds, into earning power. Another thing I'd say also is be on the lookout to find opportunities. We talk too much. Most people you meet, everybody has one dream. Everybody have a dream. Oh, I can't wait to be this. If I had money, I would do this. If I had this one, I would do that. Then you not ask, have you even searched for jobs related to what it is that you're passionate about? No. I can remember there was a time I wanted to do a master's, is it either a master's or a PhD course? I wanted to do a master or a PhD. And then the course I was passionate about, or I liked, it was as though I coined it in my head, because everywhere I kept checking, there was no course that was structured exactly the way. I don't even know where I heard it. Sometimes just, I don't know. Maybe it must have been my brain that worked up that kind of connection, because there were two independent courses that I was sort of merging together as a course that I wanted to study. So I had two independent interests, but then I was merging them together to make a course. So then anytime someone asks me, oh, what do you want to do for PhD? I'll be like, oh, I want to study this, I want to study that. And then one day I asked myself, I'm like, have I even checked if this course exists? I'm the first person to open. Did you get what I mean? So I said, researching, does this course exist? Is it available? In what schools? I could literally, I didn't find it in those exact words that I'd always said I wanted to study them. I had a couple of friends come help me to research on that same course. They're like, oh, Faye, this course, is that you're going to take this or you're going to take that? If you are merging it, the measures for this course is this the way it is merged, or this is the way it is put, but it's not exactly the way you want it. But I wouldn't have known that if I didn't do any sort of research. So some of us, we have passions that we want to turn into practical means of making money, of bringing in resources, but we've not even found out if there are job opportunities bespoke to those things that we are passionate about. So find out, do job searches on this kind of things. And please also be able to adjust, be able to, there's a word, adapt. Be able to adapt and adjust. Because sometimes our passions and career paths evolve. So you could start off on something you thought you did not like, and then you end up finding that, oh, it's not as bad. You could even start up with a career path that you hated, and then you find out that, oh, just somehow it's intertwined with that thing that you're passionate about, or it gives room for that thing that you're passionate about. Like some of us are just stuck in the fact that, oh, if it is not this, it's nothing. If it's not this, it's nothing. And sometimes it's not one shoe that fits it. Just be open-minded, yeah? Be ready to adjust, be ready to adapt. The thing that is paying your bills now, or whatever it is that is most practical for you now that you are currently on, does it accommodate your passion? Does it give room for your passion? Is it something that your passion can be built in? Does it even give you leverage to be able to still pursue your passion? Those are questions and conversations to be able to have so freely that at the end of the day, you can find out that, who knew there could be opportunity for you to marry what you call your practicality and also your passion. And sometimes you could start off on something but not end on that thing. So give yourself time to evolve and grow. Some of us started on career paths that we currently are not on. What I started with in terms of my career is not what I am currently doing at the moment. Some of us started in banking. We are in a different field entirely. Some of us started in different things. Some of us even studied architecture in school. Right now, we are caterers. We have we are caterers. Some of us, you have icon. You are supplying paint. So I just say all this to say that life is a journey, yeah? And sometimes aligning your purpose or your passion with practicality needs time. That you are where you are in terms of your practicality does not mean that that's where you're going to be all the rest of your life. So give yourself time to grow and to evolve. And then just always revisit your purpose. Always adjust your path, however it's needed. Just revisit your purpose. Am I working in purpose? What do I need to adjust? What do I not need to adjust? And then please find support. Network with like-minded people. You find people too that are doing something that is practical to them at a certain season, but it's not really what they are passionate about. But then, how do they make it work? How are they coping? How are they adjusting? How are they thriving? And then what steps are they making or taking to see that their passion is not left behind, ultimately at the end of the day. So network with people, find like-minded individuals, speak to people, Seek out mentors too as well. People who have found a way to turn the passion that you share into practicality. They exist. Find those kind of people too, and then seek guidance of some sort, seek support of some sort. And some of us, truly, our passion is not supposed to be things that are lifelong practicalities. So, find out on that too as well. This passion of mine, is it just supposed to be a hobby? This passion of mine, is it supposed to be a side gig? This passion of mine is just something I like. Or is it something I'm supposed to be supporting? Is it something I'm supposed to be funding? Is it something I'm supposed to be volunteering on? And not necessarily something you should build the entirety of your life around. I hope today you've been able to learn a thing or two on my couch on, how to manage the struggle in aligning your passion with practicality. Until next time, when I meet you on my couch. Thank you.